Kakadosh Boker Tov. We're continuing now with the next siman, which is siman Resh Pechet, that has to do with ta'anits on Shabbat or ta'anit chalom. We're first going to speak about the concept of fasting, and then probably tomorrow we'll continue with ta'anit chalom. Here it says it's a sur to fast on Shabbat, and according to a lot of the Rishonim and Acharonim, the Yisur ta'anit on Shabbat is mina Torah. Some people say that because you're being mivatel the mitzvah of oneg Shabbat, which is also mitzvah mina Torah, and therefore even if there's going to be gezerot chas v'shalom or any other things bar minan on Klal Yisrael, you're not allowed to fast on Shabbat. Now the rabbis even prohibited doing ta'anit sha'ot on Shabbat, which means that even if it's going to get to chatzot hayom, and therefore he says this is going to be asur even if you're going to do it because you're learning Torah or you have a longer tefillah. It doesn't matter. Even a ta'anit sha'ot on Shabbat will be a problem. The time of chatzot we obviously know is a half day, whether it's going to be chatzot laila or chatzot yom. If you did eat obviously in the morning, so then it's not going to be considered a ta'anit. So therefore if you ate or you drank, for example, beforehand, it's not considered anymore that you're mitaneh ta'anit sha'ot b'Shabbat. Nevertheless, it's still proper to eat the seudah before chatzot. So for example, let's say the person before shachri, they come and they they had a coffee, and then afterwards there's a bar mitzvah, and there's 20 mosifim, so they're going and going and going, right, or a wedding, shabachatan, and they continue and they're singing away. By the time they finish, it's after chatzot. It says it doesn't matter because technically you've already eaten beforehand or you drank beforehand. However, though, it's better to have the actual seudah beforehand as well. Also on Rosh Hashanah, we eat and we drink, and it's a sur to do ta'anit. However, though, by Rosh Hashanah, some people do say that you're allowed to do ta'anit hasha'ot, and therefore, because of that, sometimes we go until even after chatzot, whether it's with the tkiyot and musaf and everything, and we're not that makpidim because they are mekilim to do a ta'anit sha'ot on Rosh Hashanah. Not complete ta'anit, but ta'anit sha'ot on Rosh Hashanah. A person that the ta'anit is, for example, let's say he's doing ta'anit only because of his health, which means that it's actually maziklo if he's going to start eating. So therefore, and he's not going to be mevatel the mitzvah of oneg Shabbat. So for him, he's allowed to. Why? Because for him, this is actually a danger. Person that cannot eat anything right now. So therefore, for him, he's not doing it just stam because he wants to do a ta'anit. So therefore, he's allowed to do this. What about now crying? So to do crying on Shabbat, even though it's going to be a sur to cry on Shabbat or to bring it upon ourselves, tsa'ar, nevertheless, a person comes, and if right now he knows that only through this crying he will actually gain from it. For example, he's in the middle of tefillah and he feels this dvekut, this clinging to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, or things like that, or all of a sudden he feels sirret teshuvah, he is allowed to cry on Shabbat. Even for a person that is going to be accustomed to doing ta'anit every single day, right? Some people permit doing it on Shabbat. However, though, he says it's still going to be a problem. Okay, now the last one that we're going to mention today before going to ta'anit chalom is that you're not allowed to do a ta'anit on Shabbat even if you want to do it as a teshuvah process. Which means, for example, he wants to be kaparat avonot, so he wants to say, I'm going to start fasting today. He says, no. Also, even on Shabbat, which is Shabbat Teshuvah between Rosh Hashanah and Kippur, also is going to be a problem if he mamash needs to fast. So therefore, he should do it throughout the entire week, but not on Shabbat, because again, on Shabbat we have the concept of oneg Shabbat, and therefore a person should not do fasting on Shabbat.